Some places do not look real, not because they are dramatic, but because they feel too different, too ancient, too still. And then there are places like this where time itself feels visible. Madagascar, a place that does not follow the rules. And today, we are heading toward one of its most unforgettable landscapes. The journey begins in the air, a domestic flight across the island, from coastline to interior, from green to red. As the land shifts below, you start to notice something: the color, deep red earth, stretching across the landscape, a sign of Madagascar's unique soil, rich in iron, shaped by time. Morondava. On the western coast, quiet, unassuming. But this is where everything changes, because just beyond the town, there is a road, and that road leads somewhere very different. We leave the paved roads behind into a 4x4, because here, the terrain decides how you travel. Dust rises behind the vehicle, the road uneven, unpredictable, and slowly, the landscape begins to open. At first you see a single tree, tall, wide, unmistakable, and then another and another, until suddenly you realize you are surrounded. The Avenue of the Baobabs, a natural formation that feels intentional, as if someone placed each tree exactly where it should be. But this is not design. This is history. These trees are Adansonia grandidieri, the largest and most iconic of Madagascar's baobabs. Some are over 800 years old, standing long before roads, long before modern settlements. What you see today is not a forest. It is what remains of one. Centuries ago, this area was dense tropical forest. Over time, land was cleared for agriculture, for survival, and the baobabs remained too large to remove, too strong to disappear. And that is what makes this place different. These trees are not just part of the landscape, they define it. Tall, straight, with thick trunks that store water, allowing them to survive long, dry seasons. They look almost upside down, branches reaching outward like roots. A design that feels unusual, but works perfectly for their environment.
These trees look like they were planted by someone who wanted to make a statement.
If that was the plan, it worked. The road stretches between them, red dust rising with every step, simple, unpaved, but somehow perfect. Because nothing here feels overdone. Everything feels exactly as it should be. And then the light begins to change. Late afternoon, moving toward sunset. Golden hour. The red earth deepens. The bark of the trees glows. And suddenly, everything feels warmer, softer. This is the moment. A walk along the avenue. No rush, no noise. Just the sound of footsteps and wind moving through the branches, each tree casting long shadows stretching across the ground. The red of the road, the tones of the trees. They begin to blend, as if the landscape was always meant to look like this. Not designed, but aligned. And then, one moment stands out. Two trees growing together, intertwined, known as the baobab in love. A pair of Adansonia za, different from the others. Their trunks wrapped around each other, shaped over hundreds of years. Local legend tells a simple story. Two lovers from nearby villages who were never allowed to be together. And somehow their story stayed. Not through words, but through this. Two trees growing as one.
That is either the most romantic thing I have heard, or the most patient.
I would possibly rather say more romantic, but it could be both. And in that moment, everything feels still. Not empty, not quiet, just balanced. Because places like this do not need noise. They hold your attention without asking for it. As the sun lowers, the sky shifts, soft orange, deep gold, then slowly into deeper tones. The silhouettes of the baobabs stand stronger against the fading light, and that is when it hits. This place is not just something you see, it is something you feel, because it carries time, history, and change, all in one space. The Avenue of the Baobabs is not just a destination. It is a reminder of what was, of what remains, and of how nature continues, even when everything else changes. What is the name of the iconic baobab species found along the avenue? 1. Adansonia digitata. 2. Adansonia grandidieri. 3. Adansonia za. 4. Adansonia rubrostipa.
Drop your answer below, then head to quizzes.gamaflare.com. Check the leaderboard and get ready for what comes next.
Some places feel new, some feel timeless, and some feel like they have always been there. Madagascar is one of those places. Stay with us, because this journey is only getting more interesting.
We have a winner, and I am not being chill about it. Someone just took that leaderboard apart like it was light practice. Moves were intentional. Timing was locked. Confidence, unbothered. Big congrats to our champion. You absolutely showed out. Your notification is about to land quicker than a live patch update. Keep an eye on your comments. We'll grab your details and get that prize moving your way. Smooth process, zero chaos. Didn't see your name this round? Don't switch tabs on us. This isn't a one-off highlight. It's an ongoing storyline. And the next chapter is about to drop. Fresh reset, clean board, new energy. So power up those fingers, because the next spotlight, it might land right on you. No hesitation, no slow reactions, no watching from the sidelines. Stay bold, stay sharp, stay locked in. Let's see who takes it next.